Aaron did that to poor Gary's bike at the vet race.
Right. You trouble. All right, Jim, we're back live. It's been 2.5 years. You look really old.
I am old. It's been a lot that's happened in
It's been a lot that's
2.5
happened.
years.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe these people wanted us back on the freaking interwebs. I mean, that's disturbing.
You know, I officially turned 55 a couple of...
Double nickels.
Wait a minute. I can't even remember.
Double, yeah, well,
It was only a couple of days ago.
What's your
but
birthday?
I can't remember it. November 29.
There you go.
That's it.
There
Yes.
you go.
I am officially old. I'm eligible
are.
for that plus 55 class, which I will never ride because...
That's super senior class.
Isn't
60
that what
plus.
it is?
60 plus is super
plus.
senior,
I think that's the master's class now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably won't even be able to ride by the time I'm 60.
The master's class.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. A lot's gone down. You know, as we've talked about.
everything's changed. Everything. I mean, just if you were on before, while we were waiting, building an audience, we were talking about the Zoom meeting. Everything's Zoom.
Yes.
Everything's Zoom.
We lived off of Zoom for 18 to 24 months at work.
I didn't mind it at first.
Yep.
I didn't mind. Now it's kind of like, what the hell?
Yep. That's true.
Another damn Zoom meeting. Mm-hmm. I had one today.
Crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
But
So,
yeah, everything's. I mean, shoot, I've gotten off the KTM. I've got
that's right.
a 450 Cowie. You got full service Honda stuff
I
now.
do. I got full service Honda thanks to AJ. He took good care of me. That was a connection through our buddy Carl Legia.
Yep.
And it's that build is underway.
Yep.
Which is good. It was Suzuki Week. I mean, we got to talk about Suzuki Week. Suzuki Week. Wait, has anybody seen Gary? Is Gary on? I haven't noticed. I can't tell. The comments don't come through like I want. I can't see the names.
I can't either, but that's okay. Suzuki Week. So let's just say that when Kenny signed, I was shocked. I mean, I think the whole world knew he was gonna, but I mean, he already won.
Yes.
He won. Kenny won the internet.
Yes. Oh yeah.
He won the internet.
Like-
He is the champion of silly season.
Kind of like Jack at the podium speeches. At
Oh,
Loretta's.
that was great.
He won the speeches.
Where can you go? Where can you go onto the podium and tell a track owner that his track sucks
This track sucks.
and still walk away with the check for winning?
And I eat sticks of butter. I eat sticks of butter.
Well, he did have a good one a few years ago when he was on the Honda and he thanked the Kawasaki guys.
Yes.
That was pretty
That
good.
was pretty good. Yes. Yeah. And then there was the other one too, where Treadwell told him if he doesn't get the whole shot, he's going to walk back up 84 to the truck.
Right. Well, he thanked Mike in this one too. He
Did
said that Chris Canning and Mike and all those guys, they taught him. They taught him well.
Nice. Yep. That's cool. So, yeah, it's been a long 2.5 years. I'm
It
surprised
has.
that people are actually tuned in watching this crazy show again.
It has. I got a good, talking about Jack, that reminded me, I got a good Jack story when it comes to the bikes and the e-bikes.
Okay.
So when we started mountain biking, Jack joined us a few times, and Jack had an e-bike right off the bat. I was still on my regular bikes.
Yep.
And I'd be leading rides, whatever. We had a good time. We were down in Lincoln, Rhode Island, and there was probably 15, 20 of us in this group, and we get to this hill.
Yeah.
Now, Jack is towards the middle and the back, and he's riding. I'm off. I'm huffing and puffing. I'm walking up the hill. And Jack comes riding by me, and he says to me, Boshin, he says, don't take this the wrong way, but you really suck. You need an e-bike. And, of course, I agreed with him right there and then, but at that time, I didn't know that it was going to be a health scare that got me into an e-bike.
Jack says he's had good teachers.
Now it's just fun. I got to get him back up riding with us again because that's...
I mean, I've known Jack 25 years. You've known him, it's going to be close to 50.
Well, yeah, he's probably known... I mean, we've known the same people.
It's crazy.
You know?
Isn't it crazy? I met him back in 97. So, yeah.
I don't know. He's one of those guys that I can't remember when I met him. I just know that I've known him.
It's right. It's disturbing.
There's so many people like that, but it could be my age. Again,
Yes.
I could be, the brain.
Yep, that's true. So...
I do see how it says Facebook user when
It
it's
does.
posted.
It's
through
going
the
to drive me
switcher.
nuts. If you guys make comments, do us a favor and just put your name in the comment. It's going to help me post the software. Because we did it to the group, not to the page, it's not giving me the names.
The next time we'll have to
have to go
change
back
it
to
around.
page.
We're learning,
So,
but you know
yep.
what? So this one was pretty much to the group because we wanted to get back out there. We wanted to try to do stuff again. We might not do it frequently like we did. We might be a once a month type of thing.
Yeah.
But we had to do something because we just hit 5,000
We did.
members.
5,000. When we stopped the show, it was
5,000.
2,000. So it's
Yep.
doubled, 2.5 times the size in 2.5 years.
It's gotten crazy, and I mean, people from around the world. We were just looking at it earlier, and some of the people that are reading and commenting.
Jax is at
and-
least 40 years.
at least 40 years.
He is 60.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. It's been interesting.
It
It's
has
been
been.
absolutely interesting to see who has joined the group.
Yes.
And see who's active in the
Yeah,
group.
yeah. We were just talking about that before the show went live. Like Brock Glover's in there.
Brock
and,
Glover's in there.
Yep.
Ken Falk,
Yep.
Dirt Rider Magazine.
I approved Ken Fought a few weeks ago. I was like,
That's
wow.
super
I
cool.
screenshot. There's some heavy hitters and people, and they're active, which is wild.
It's insane.
Yep.
It's insane. But so back to Suzuki Week. I'm sure that you guys have seen the videos from this past weekend.
Oh God, yeah. Wait a minute. I think I got one. Hold on.
All right, John, what's your
This
impressions?
video.
What's Kenny?
That's-
What is
that's
Kenny
the
up
one, the
against
One.
this season?
Let it play. Let it play.
I am going to let it play.
He's gonna do pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a nice bike.
Well, John's put a few
How did it
pounds
feel?
on, huh? It's a
No,
little
really
wider in the
good. I
midsection.
can't lie.
Put 'em on, take
I
'em
mean,
off,
I'm gonna
put 'em
still
on.
pick on it just because of Gary, but
So,
Absolutely.
Oh, it still came out a little
this
bit
bike's
blurry.
legit.
it is still blurry.
You know, I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I,
It gets the point
I,
across.
I did have to get my deposit back because I couldn't start it. You did what I couldn't do.
It's not bad. I mean, this I started.
It should be. There's
Yeah.
audio on that.
Oh, who says that you need a push button? Deposit back because I couldn't start it. You did what I couldn't do.
It's not bad. I mean, this
Oh boy.
I started.
Yeah. So that's the 1993 RMZ 450.
That's crazy. All right, let me get rid of the feedback again. But yeah, it was pretty crazy, and you know
Jax says there's 2 Suzukis in the NASC. So
I know Chris Glebus is one of them.
yeah. So
I'm not sure who the other one is because I don't follow a lot of NASC. I just know Chris.
yeah.
He's had the Suzuki. He's actually had the Suzuki down at my house, or my old house, practicing a couple of times. And I've
Really?
ridden with him at Unadilla.
Yep.
He poor guy. He rides like, what's that? An 84? I think it's an 84 RM250 at Unadilla with no drum brakes, so it doesn't
Really?
stop.
That's crazy.
It doesn't stop. My 89 doesn't stop, and I had good brakes in 89.
That's true. And you're a big boy, so when that bike gets rolling,
They get hot.
look out.
They get hot. Yep, they get hot. Everybody thinks it's a 500, but it's really not. It's really a 250, and it's underpowered compared to the rest of the
That's
50
true.
plus
That's
class.
true. Yeah, we got 50 guys on, so
That's great.
it's crazy. Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
I can't see those demographics, but
Gene Heen says Jack's speech was unreal. It was legendary. So yeah, it's we had Jack on and he was a dud in the show. Jack, when we call you again, you get up your game. So I mean we've seen what you can do at the
Hey.
podium.
he wasn't married then.
That's true. He is a married man now.
He's
He is.
married.
He is.
I was there that day. I wasn't at the wedding, but I was there that day.
Yeah,
I think I was at the
Jack
bar getting
Healy
drunk.
married. Though that's a statement I don't think any of us ever thought we'd say.
Well, hey, I don't. Everything changes. Everything has changed in 2.5 years.
Everything has changed. That's right. That's right.
I am an e-bike fan now.
Go
you know?
figure. Yes, this is true. This is true. Yep.
It's just fun.
Yep. So
I still like my dirt bikes, but when it comes to pedal bikes, I'm an e-bike fan.
yep. That's funny. Yep.
My friends hate it, but
Ben
that's
Robinson's
okay.
the other Suzuki guy up in the NASC.
Oh, that
He
works.
rips that thing. Don't know who that is.
Those bikes, I rode one a few years ago, and granted, I think it was in 2013, but I mean, what was different?
Right.
And it was a good bike. I liked it then.
Yep.
I couldn't make the thing go fast, but hey, I don't make much go fast.
Ralph says the poor girl is mentally unstable. I think he's talking about Jack. in Ralph's defense, he's a little medicated.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So.
But no, it's been. We were just talking. There's been so many changes. I mean, we lost people.
We have. Yeah,
You
people
know?
have passed away that were in the group. This is true.
Yep. I mean, Billy Dill,
Yep. Yep.
And Pete, rest in
Pete.
peace.
Yep,
You know,
those two
both of those
guys.
guys, both huge people in our
Big in the
area.
local industry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Really big. Yep.
I know there's been more. It doesn't come to the top of my mind, but it's just, you know, it's crazy what has changed.
Yep. In a short amount of time. I mean,
Jack's on a gas. So
who would have
look at
thought? It's red.
that. He was a Husky guy when you know, we were doing it the last time.
That same thing, isn't it?
No. Oh.
You sure?
Maybe.
Think about that engine a little bit. Look on the inside.
It's got all work stuff
I think
anyway.
they all come out of Austria, the same plant.
Speaking of bikes, though, and new bikes, how about Triumph?
Right?
That bombed today.
I mean, it's funny because I didn't know that. I saw the Supermoto part. I didn't know they were cutting their teeth into pretty much all things Supercross, motocross. That's pretty impressive.
They're like bidding it as SMX, which I guess that's going to be the title of the series by 2024 because it's going to be the Supercross and Motocross series. It might even be this year. I don't know. I got to read a little bit more on that.
Interesting. Okay.
But that's because they're doing the Supercross series, then the Motocross series, and then they're doing that.
Jack corrected me. He says it's not the same.
And then they're doing that playoff at the end.
Probably
there.
because this has got the F350 springs in it.
Well, I've seen it a couple of times. All those bikes look good.
Yeah, they
All
do.
those bikes
They
look
do.
good.
Yes. So,
I can't complain. But yeah, it's going to be interesting as things unfold. And of course, you know, Kenny testing everything under the sun.
yeah, right. The videos are dropping like crazy. He was on all kinds of bikes.
Did you see the I think it was an Instagram post when he FaceTimed Travis Pastrana?
No, I missed that.
Oh my God, it's
Do you want
it's out
old
there.
Suzuki's? Is he looking
Oh
for
no,
parts?
no, but it's cool because I guess Kenny missed a couple of Travis's events, you know, being Red Bull brothers and everything.
Yeah.
And Travis has a quote in there. I think it says something to the point of, "Kenny, every time I see your post, I think I'm looking at a Skittles ad."
Reminds me of somebody else. Remember I had the Photoshop that I
Yeah.
put Gary on and I kind of made him look use doing the JoJo scrub at Southwick.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
actually really good Photoshop I did. Speaking of Gary, I don't think he's tuned in. He must not have he's gone off the grid here tonight.
Well, he said he lost his phone this morning.
Right. Yeah.
He finally has a smartphone.
He does.
How could he lose it? It's supposed to be smart.
This is true. And we have to thank Phil for that. I mean, Phil really plugged him in.
Yeah. We should probably give Phil a buzz.
We can give Phil a buzz. Yeah. So do you have
You
his
got
phone
him lined
number?
up? Let me see.
If
I
you
know
don't,
I
I
got Phil a
do.
buzz.
So.
Let's see. Let me see if he's there. I got to learn how to read my contacts better.
Put your glasses. Oh, you have your glasses on.
I
Never
do.
mind.
I do.
Oh, Gary is on. Somebody just said Gary's on.
right,
Gary's
let's
probably
give
oh
Phil a
shit.
call.
Wait, that's all right. Gary, we're not calling you yet. We're calling Phil.
Phil? Are you there? Well,
Spin the phone around.
Hello.
What do you, Phil?
I'm driving my car.
wait a minute. You're watching the show, too, when you're driving your car at the same time?
I am. I'm the only guy in Route 2 going 44 miles an hour.
Taking up all three lanes.
Exactly.
That means there's about 35 people behind you going, what the
What's
hell?
going on?
You gotta drive wide, my friends. Where the hell is Gary?
We're told he's watching. We called you first.
Oh, Jesus.
Can you DoorDash us some bananas? We're hungry.
We got to. I'm sure John Levesque can help that out a little bit.
Yeah.
John, when I talked to John earlier, he had a couple things to do, but he was going to try to check in. You know he's watching somewhere.
Well, Phil Bonito just called you Gary Frink just called you a dumbass.
Phil, you know what? Phil got some cool stuff going this year. You guys got a whole bunch of the guys out together at tracks at MX23 and 508, and you guys did some riding this year.
Yeah, we were trying to just build the group, find places that worked for everybody, and and mostly concentrate on the relationships and bench motoing. And then next thing I know, I've got like 15 to 20 texts a week coming in on Tuesdays going, "Hey, where are you guys riding this weekend?" And I was like, "Holy shit!" I think our record was 23 MX23. We had 26 guys.
Holy cow!
Jimmy, you were there that day.
Yeah, that was early on. That was when we had what was it, Gary the Rooster?
Yeah, Gary the Rooster.
Gary the Rooster. That little pecker was running around everywhere.
Yeah, and then we did a 508, and I think we hit 33 guys on 508.
I know the day that I came out to 508 with you guys, we had that whole row taken up.
All the way from the hill, all the way to the entrance to the track.
Yeah, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. I was looking at you guys. I watched you guys post every week and just wishing I was getting out there, and finally I did.
Dude, I'm so glad he came back, man. And hopefully Dave, puts his bike together and he gets out there. And, it'd be nice to grow the group, a little bit more in 23. And
yeah. I mean,
we have such a blast, and everybody supports each other. And, if somebody breaks down, everybody jumps in on it. But I'll tell you, that Gary Frank guy, I mean, he showed up one day, everybody was so nervous, and he just posted his bike up on the stand all day. It was awesome.
Hey, don't knock it. Don't knock that.
It works, though. When you do that, it works.
Yeah, he was a pro stand rider.
That hurts. I thought we were friends.
I'll tell you, Gary must have gave John Levesque some of that banana juice to, act as a compression release for his Suzuki so he could hand start it.
I gotta say, I was recording that, and it blew me away that he actually started the bike. I couldn't believe it started with his hand.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, the things they're duds.
I heard that's the future.
Yes.
But I'll tell you a little backstory on the whole banana theme. That actually originated from a guy named Pat, who rides in the group, and he said to me one day, he goes, "You know what you got to do?" He goes, "When you go to that vet race, he goes, you got to bring a dozen bananas with you and put them all over Gary's bike in between motos." I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. Brilliant. So I pulled into the gas station, and you know how they have the baskets by the cash register?
Yep.
I bought every single banana, and the guy looks at me, and he's like, what the hell's this guy doing? It's like 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. I'm on the way to the vet championship, buying every freaking banana I could. Oh, my God. But I had a Josh Lyons' daughter help me out, Nev.
Yep.
And she did the camera shots so we could get it in action. And I see Arthur Boshin looking over from the easy up a couple spots over, laughing his ass off. Oh my God, dude. It was too much.
The banana in the tailpipe was the best.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe trick.
Oh, yeah. But see, now Gary comes back and he builds Team Banana, and now he's got like 2 guys that bought Suzukis. I got a Suzuki in my garage for another one of our friends.
Yeah, we got one on the show. We got one right here.
Storage. Yeah, it's crazy.
And
It's
I mean,
absolutely crazy.
you know what? Everybody says Kenny's the one selling the bikes. I'm going to go with the fact I think it was Gary. I think Gary is the one that got Kenny to sign with Suzuki.
There's
What do you
something going
think?
on. Yeah, there's an inside deal going on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Gary's fault.
Well, dude, ever since he got that phone, he's probably got some type of inside communication with Kenny Roxon.
Well, wait a minute. Now it goes back to you.
It's the team. It's the team. It's the Team Banana.
Oh, dude. Unbelievable.
I don't know. I came back. I tell you what, I came back from practice that day, and I put my bike up on the stand, and I saw you over there, and I just looked and went, what in the hell is he doing? And then you looked at me, and you just laughed and made the shh finger to the mist. Don't say anything. Because Gary was literally about 40 feet away around the corner.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
What we did was he was over at our Easy Up hanging out with Josh Lyons.
Yep.
And we already planned it. We were like, Josh, just keep talking his ear off.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go over there and set him up. And he goes to get ready for his next moto and sees his bike just covered.
Oh my God.
God.
You know,
If
I
you were
think
smart, you would put one in the airbox. It would have rewarded them a few days later.
I think that was one day that everybody was having so much fun in the pits, and even at the later on that day at the band that night, when they had them up at the VFW, nobody cared where they finished. Nobody cared.
Nah.
I don't even it's like who remembers where they finished unless you won. Who remembers?
Right.
So I mean, we got 3 highlights from the day. You got Gary, the Team Banana.
Yep.
You got Jack getting married.
Yep.
And you got a kick-ass band, and nobody cared where they placed because that most likely they weren't in the top 5.
Hey, let's not forget about Tread feeding Doug Henry the Red Bull and vodkas.
Oh, that's true. You got that.
I don't know if Doug
can't-
remembers much.
You can't forget the last one.
No, not at all.
Gary saying that I didn't mean to jump the finish line jump. I'm like, Gary, you didn't. That's why you got 2 cankles right now.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of glad that he didn't. I felt bad. I really didn't want to see him. It sucks he got hurt. But if he did try to jump the finish line jump, he would have landed on me because he was behind me when he did it. Like literally right behind me. And I was just telling Dave before we started the show, I had a bike. You get the start and you're up in the top 5 and you got somebody right behind you. You know that the bikes are around you. And then all of a sudden, there's no noise. And you're like, wait a minute, I didn't pull away that fast. And sure shit, then I find out it was Gary.
The banana got stuck in his bike.
If it was the old 2-stroke days, we could say, did you leave the banana in the airbox when you were cleaning the filter? It got stuck in your reed cage.
Oh my God, too funny.
That is funny.
Yep.
That is funny.
Yep.
I'll tell you, Jimmy, though, it was awesome blasting around 508 with you. We got some good motos in that day.
Yeah, me, you, we had a couple of good motos there where we were just hammering. I think me, you, and Rich Barnaby were on the gas a couple of sections, and we were just, within inches of each other. 3 bikes just hammering away.
And no one died.
Yet.
Keyword.
No, that was fun, and you know what? I was glad to come out with you guys. First time for me at that track, and I had an absolute blast. Granted, I mean, the age we paid for it for a few days afterwards, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Travis Delnicki, he hit 30 years old, so he's officially an old man, right?
Yeah, do you believe that? I mean, all these guys that were kids, I look at it now, and some of them were falling apart. They were 50 and 60 riders when I remember them last.
Oh, you got the goggles on.
Oh, I got to put my goggles on. Dave's telling Gary he's up next.
Gary, keep your phone on, Banana Boy.
But yeah.
I talked to him earlier. He's like, "Oh, I'm already charging my phone." I go, "Gary, for what? The new phones?" I'm like, "You're used to that flip phone where you got to charge it every 2 hours."
What did you give him for a phone? What's he have?
Samsung. I don't know. I've got like 35 phones for the company, and I had one kicking around, and I was so tired of waiting like 80 hours for him to respond. So I'm like, screw it. I'm like, what's your address? I'm sending you a phone. He's like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. So he programmed his phone in 8 anchovies for a couple days.
It's one of those deals where, this old flip phone, he's trying to text you back, and he's got to hit, the 3 key 4 times to
I
get
get
like
some
a
funny
ding.
text messages from him. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I ran into him at Target, and he pulls it out of his back pocket, and he flips it over. I'm like, Gary, what are you doing? Oh, Jesus, it's not a flip phone anymore.
Oh,
but
shit.
in all fun. I mean, the love that the Moto family it's absolutely unbelievable. We had a private event, rented 508, for our buddy Pete, and he's been fighting cancer, and he's a moto guy since in the 90s, and I'll tell you the amount of turnout. Doug Henry came out and supported us, and Mike Treadwell, and to have New England legends there, and he just got the most, he had the most amazing day. And it just goes to show you that, yeah, there's a lot of ball busting, but when it comes down to it, like, the support is just, it's unbelievable.
Oh, right on. And I mean, from day one, when we started this whole thing, that was the one thing that you could be, you could have guys that you were racing against 20 years ago, and on any given Sunday, you might have hated each other's guts because you had to beat each other, in the points or whatever. But now it doesn't make a difference. Nope. Now everybody's going through the same type of stuff, so everybody's supportive. You get somebody that's down like that, and it's great to see everybody rally behind them.
Yeah, it's a really awesome thing to be a part of it. I mean, I was out of it for 15 years from a back injury, and never ever did I think that I'd be, buying new bikes and getting them all ready for this spring to open up, and hanging out with such a great group of people. And Dave's gonna get his ass back on a bike soon, and he gets to join up on the group, and we could grind out some laps together. And
I'll bring more bananas. I'll bring more bananas. Don't worry about it.
It's a great time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Gary says tonight, speaking of the banana thing, he says he thinks that the reason why he ended up landing flat-footed on that finish line jump was because there was residual banana juice from hanging the bananas on his foot pegs.
I don't even know what to say.
I got no answers.
Well, it could have added to the extra weight of that lightweight Suzuki.
That is true. I'll tell you, I picked up my buddy Suzuki from Motorsport Nation. They're awesome over there, and I'll tell you, I went to move it, and I felt like I was moving a boat out of water. I'm like, what the hell is this? It was brutal. How do you cut weight on those bikes?
You gotta take the Kickstarter off.
Holy shit! But I'll tell you, they're doing real good. They're selling a ton of them. They're giving away. Between now and January 1st, if you buy a bike, they got to give you $1,000 header and silencer in order to get rid of the things.
Yep, I saw that. I saw different ads. I think Kiefer. I was watching an interview with Kiefer yesterday, and he was saying that he had posted a Suzuki dealer in California was selling a 450 for $49.95.
$450 out the door.
$450. It wasn't out the door though, but he didn't say that, and a couple people, called him out on it. He says, "Yeah, but that was without any of the fees."
Gary says Phil's a pansy.
Phil's a pansy. But no, those Suzukis, they're selling a ton of them.
Yeah, no, they're of course they're going to sell a lot now that
Yeah.
Kenny's riding. I mean, I don't know. I got a couple of friends that are saying, he's going to win A1. I would like to see how, all the people watching right now are even posted up on the Old Man group with 5,000 members plus. I'd like to see what the overall opinion, if they think Kenny's actually going to pull A1. I don't personally believe so, but I think he's going to do well, but I don't think he's going to pull off a win.
No, I have to agree with you. I mean, I'm in the mindset now, and granted, it's just my own opinion, but I don't think he's going to do any better or any worse than he's done on the Hondas. I think that he's happy, he's comfortable on the bike. He's set himself up to do something that is, rather unique with outside sponsors for himself. I mean, Progressive Insurance, Red Bull, Fox, all those guys, they're paying the bills. They're paying for Kenny. Suzuki's not paying for Kenny. Kenny's just comfortable on the bike. He loves the bike. But he's his marketing guys are genius. The last 3 months, that's all we've seen is Kenny. And with that comes the paycheck. So, good for him. That's what I say. Good for him.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, he's definitely going to be out there, but winning the whole thing, the championship on that banana bike, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I think like I said, I don't think he's going to do any better or any worse than he did on his other bikes. And I think it was super cool to see him testing different things, to see Kenny riding the Yamaha, to see him on to see him on that Stark, that was
That was pretty wild.
that was wild, and he had some good insight too. You know, he said it was different.
Just tossed a poll up. We're voting right now to see where he's going to finish.
Oh, Dave, look at Dave with the tech. He just put a poll up on the
I
group
did.
during the show to see.
So far, the 75% are saying
nice
third.
work, Dave.
You know, I got the shit together. You relax.
Yeah, I'm sure you practiced for a week to get out of goat mode.
Oh, shit. I expect that shit out of John, you know? God damn. Speaking of goats, by the way, the goat sale is back underway in January 2023. You bring a goat, you get an RM450 at Ronnie's.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll tell you.
Oh, well.
Well, I think it's time for you to wail on Gary a little bit.
We will. I gotta call one of my buddies. I gotta get him on here too and talk about his stuff. So maybe we'll call him next and give us a little break, give Gary time to wind up, and then Kean can go back to bed after.
Yeah, well, we got 8:30 almost on the
There you
dot.
go.
So, all right, man. Well, thank you for.
All right, guys. Awesome talking with you, man.
You
have
too.
Have a good night.
All right, thanks, Phil.
We'll see you soon, hopefully at the track.
Sounds
All right,
good,
brother.
bud.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
See you,
Phil.
bud.
Talk to you later.
Later.
Bye. All right, let me call Kean right now,
All right.
and we'll talk about the ride bikes don't die for a little bit before we get back into Gary, because I think Gary's going to be a little bit of time, I think. So we'll see if Kean answers the phone. And again, this is my buddy Kean from mountain biking, and he's trying to get his brand Ride Bikes Don't Die a little bit more into the dirt bike world. So we'll talk to him about what that's about right now.
He's in bed.
He probably is in bed.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
What's going on, Jimbo? How are you?
Good. Hey, you're on with me and my buddy Dave here. We're running the show.
What's up, Kean? How are you, bud?
Hey, gentlemen. How are we tonight?
Fantastic.
Good. So we,
I got you guys on the iPad on silent. I was just trying to keep up here, but
on silent, that ruins the effect. You have to turn it up as loud as you can.
Keep going and stuff. I see a lot of trash talk on here, so I'm sure guys will be all right with that. So.
well, this particular show is probably trash talk, and as I know, you are totally the king of trash talk, brother.
Me?
Absolutely.
Well,
Well, it depends.
that's-
If it's me and you with like e-bikes and back and forth, then yeah, we do. But
Oh, well,
it's
you're
fun.
just a cheater, and you just, yeah. Do we
Well, he
wanna
fits
go
right
there
in.
tonight?
You know, I love you, brother. You know, I love you.
Do we want to go there tonight, Jim? Because we can do this. I mean,
I have to ride an e-bike when we're out pedaling because I got to keep up with Kean. He's got e-bike legs.
no,
He just goes, dude.
That's
You
not
rip,
true.
man. You rip.
that's not true.
But anyway,
That's not true, but
so Kean comes from a BMX background, and go into a little bit about how you came up with the whole Ride Bikes Don't Die stuff.
yeah, so Ride Bikes Don't Die, like the best two-wheeled life cycle style brand in the world you're talking about? Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, no, so Ride Bikes Don't Die started from, as you know, Jim, but I know the rest of the group doesn't know, but I had a trigeminal brain tumor a few years back, and I had surgery to have a portion of it removed. It was a long process, a long, painful process. Had a couple infections after the fact, and I got to shout out, Mass General, the nurses, the doctors there. They were absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
And phenomenal people. But I was having a procedure done. I don't even remember what it was because, I was on meds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was having a procedure done, and, the nurses were all great and everything. And one nurse was just kind of like, I saw you're a mountain biker, and, you're always on two wheels. And are you sure, what are you going to do after this? Are you going to be able to get back to it and stuff? And, I obviously wasn't feeling great. And I turned, I could see the other nurses, like, looking at her like, what is this? What is she talking about? Like,
Yeah.
So I turned around, I looked at her, I said, she said, what are you going to do after the fact? I said, well, I'm going to ride bikes, don't die. And all the other nurses kind of started laughing, and I just kind of took that name and, started the brand, which, I know nothing about. So, but, so I started this brand, and, I want to get I want to get the word out about, brain tumors and, just get this really cool brand going that,
Yep.
Benefits people and in general. Eventually, I'd like to take a portion of the proceeds and donate it to, our Brain Tumor Society or even just
Absolutely.
someone suffering from a brain tumor. So
For sure.
that's where I'd love to get it to be.
And I mean, and I know, like with the bike world, with the mountain bike world, you're growing pretty quick, because even the events that we've been to, like the Turkey Afterburner at Hale, you had your own tent set up, and I know that you had merchandise there and you were selling it. And I know you and I have talked about the possibility of getting you more into the dirt bike world too, because I mean it's such a cool concept, and there's a lot of dirt bike guys that we ride with that they love this stuff.
Yeah, no, oh man, I'm really like humbled because, I honestly, like I said, I don't know much about starting a brand because I don't know anything. I'm a industrial mechanic and welder. So I started this brand, and it was kind of crazy because I knew nothing about it.
Yep.
But it's kind of come around, and people are stoked on it, and I'm
Absolutely.
stoked, and everybody else is loving it, and it's been a lot of fun,
Absolutely.
And that's what it should be,
Perseverance, brother, perseverance. We try to
Absolutely.
we try to get your stuff into motorcycle and mountain bike stuff wherever we can. So
Yeah, I appreciate any help from
it's
anybody.
good
I really
stuff.
do.
And we're gonna get you on motorcycles more often.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty dangerous on a bicycle. I don't know. Is that a good idea?
Oh, dude, I've been riding with you. Yeah, you're dangerous on a bicycle, but that's all right. You got skills, so you got skills. We'll get you riding dirt bikes more with us and hanging out and having some fun, and maybe a couple of the events we go to, we'll make sure we get that tent set up and get you out there with the merchandise.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to meet all the guys and
Cool.
dirt bikes and gasoline and mixed gas and race gas, all that stuff's in my blood.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
I'm there with you guys.
All right, I like it. Well, brother, what is the website? I know that you just got it up and going.
Yeah, the website's been it's been tough for me, but it's ridebikesdon'tdie.com. And as you know, but I'll let everybody else know. I'm on Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram. Instagram's where I'm like there the most.
Yep.
And we do have a TikTok, but I'm old and man, I just don't understand
This-
that. I try.
Listen, hey, the audience that we're talking to, you are definitely not old.
No, I mean, I guess you have a point there.
But his Kean's Instagram profile at Ride Bikes Don't Die, his stories, the stuff that you share is just super cool. And it isn't mountain bikes just only. He shares everything. There's a lot of dirt bike stuff in there. There's all kinds of stuff that he shares. And it's really cool. I like seeing him every day. And sometimes I have to say, I look forward to that daily, ball busting text that we have going on about stuff. Makes me laugh. It breaks up the day a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how I get through most of my days, a little ball busting.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
yeah, no, the Instagram's definitely where I'm the best at, and so like you said, I share a lot of stuff there.
Yep.
And I find it more, people tend to kind of gravitate towards that.
Absolutely, and
So,
I'll share more of your
definitely.
stuff too. I'll share more of your stuff, the pictures and things like that you have, especially the merchandise, so that anybody who's interested can see it and reach out for you. Maybe
Yeah,
grab a couple of
and-
shirts, hats, whatever.
And if anybody ever wants anything, just reach out to me on Facebook, send me a message, send me an Instagram message, send me a text message. However you need to get a hold of me, get a hold of me. I'll definitely try to get it out to people. Like I said, my website's been a little weird, and trying to get the Instagram store up and running, and
Sure.
this stuff's all kind of new to me, so I'm just kind of hanging in there. So
Yeah.
but I'd love to get some stuff in people's hands and see how they feel about it, and
Cool beans, man.
yeah.
And I definitely look forward to doing that and helping you out.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the help.
You got
I
it.
really do.
Well, I don't want to keep you up too late, because I know that you got to go to bed and get up and go to work early in the morning.
No, actually, I remembered after I talked to you, I have a day off tomorrow, but it is past my bedtime.
All right, brother. I thank you for taking the call and talking about it a little bit, and
Absolutely.
look forward to more in the future.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, guys.
You got it,
Talking
Kean.
to you.
Nice meeting you, Keen.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, brother. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Still strong at 50 people on. Maybe people on and off.
Yeah,
So,
so that's Kean Malone. I met him through mountain biking, and he definitely shares the same interests.
That's cool.
I mean, my mountain bike group is basically a bunch of old motocrossers. Jack knows, because he's been out with us a few times.
Yep.
And, when you picture some mountain bikers and you picture guys that just they go out and they just pound miles and this and that. He is definitely not one of those guys. That guy, he will attack anything. He'll try to jump it, whatever. He put in a ton of work over in Rentham, where they used to have the King Philip Hair Scrambles.
Yep.
It's called Lynn Farm.
I know where it is. Yep.
Yep. Unbelievable work that he's put in building mountain bike trails over there, and I know a lot of us ride, so give it a shout. North Street, Norfolk, Lynn Farm. You can see what he's done, and I will share some stuff for Ride Bikes Don't Die, so that if anybody's ever interested in that stuff, just reach out, let me know, let him know. And
Goes to a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely. Great cause.
That's cool.
So, all right, so what should we do next? Should we get a hold of Gary?
Absolutely. He better pick the GD phone up, I swear to God.
Let's see. You're using your phone, so let me see if I can
Yeah, I got to run the tech over here. Listen, you keep dialing for dollars.
Let me dial for dollars. I got plenty of charge on my phone. Gary Frank, where are you? Hold on.
Oh, put the readers on. Jesus.
Gotta have those. Here we go.
We got other people too. Lee Carrera's watching. We can always call him. Oh,
I got Gary. Let's go with Gary.
He's got to defend the banana.
Let's see if he answers.
Hello.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Holy shit! Gary!
I had to pick up. John Levesque threatened me. Said, "You better pick up." That's all I'm telling you.
I love the post this morning about you lost your phone. You were trying to get out of it.
Yeah, I happened to find it.
Right where you left it, huh?
Yeah, it was mixed in with a batch of bananas on the counter.
You better not spit that water out, Dave.
I almost did.
Oh, brother.
So speaking of bananas, so bring us back to the event because we heard Phil's side of it. So what's your side?
What's this now?
The event at the track where they took the banana to your bike.
Oh man, them friggin' guys! I'll tell you, my ankles are all messed up due to Phil Benito, and that is a fact. There was definitely some banana residue juice on them pegs.
Well, like I said, man, I was glad that you didn't actually completely jump it because you probably would have landed on me.
Well, look at. There was no intentions on jumping that.
Well, per Phil, you didn't jump it.
I just didn't slow up enough not to jump it.
Well, then there's that. It was.
I'm going to be much better this year. Kenny's giving me some pointers, and we're going to be ready to rock this year.
Somebody put a comment up that we have to get him to give Gary a shout out. And Kenny's got to do a social
Gary
media
a
shout out.
That's what it is.
Hey, I'm running the RM Army of New England now.
We got to get some old man that used to race stickers in his bike somehow.
We will. You mean on Kenny's bike?
On
Yeah.
Kenny's bike.
It'll probably cost us $100,000 to get
I
a
don't
couple
think so.
on there.
We have to have connections somehow. Someone to tag his bike.
Well, I know one thing. That John Levesque ain't going to be on the team. That pushback can't even start the bike.
With his foot, but he started it with his hand.
Yeah, but can you imagine him every time have to get on the starting line, and before the start of the race, he gets off, he's got to push it down with his hand, get back on the bike. And he's so damn short, freaking, you're going to need a step stool to get on the bike.
Did you see the video, Gary? He's getting pretty round in the middle too. He's put some pounds on.
Yeah,
He's looking like Pillsbury Doughboy.
Gary.
Gary, you've seen the pictures I posted of him before.
I did.
I think.
If you look at that picture of the Halloween costume guy, and the one I made of the little strawberry guy, that belly looks the same.
Well, hey, we're all getting older. We're all
Shorter,
getting rounder.
Shorter.
Now,
let me just tell you about that Phil Benito character. He goes to MX-23, tries to take down all the trees. All the trees.
Well, he likes to jump.
And then he sits there and complains about it. You know what I mean? Then he goes to 508, then he's in the blueberry bushes down on the side, in the ditch. And then the funny thing is, none of his friends even stop to help him. That tells you a lot right there.
Well, you got to figure he's going to grab a handful and rip right out of those things.
Oh, I know.
Might be in front of you, though.
Oh, I know. I seen him rail around the corner in front of me on that track, and holy shit, he was standing up railing that corner like a bastard.
Well, Gary,
yeah.
you heard the news. 2023 January, the goat sale's back on. So if you need a free RM 450, I got a goat for you.
Listen, I'm going to go for the new 24 Roxon edition version. It's going to cost me $3,000 and 2 goats.
Wait, what about the Rooster from MX23? You tossing him in?
Gary the Rooster?
Gary the Rooster?
No, I can't. I hope that poor bugger's alive because they was talking to them getting rid of him. That's the mascot there, and let me tell you, that's all because of Larry Clark. He named that thing Gary the Rooster.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the video of him in the trailer with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, he went right into the trailer.
He was in the trailer with John Levesque.
That's scary.
Yes, it
I
is.
know. Yeah, you know how he is with roosters and hens.
He does. I know. I feel partly responsible for that.
Yes, you should.
He's got a couple now. He
He's
does have a couple now.
He's got, I think, 8.
Yep.
He got more than that. He just picked up a bunch at his girl's school.
Did
At
he?
his daughter's
He got
school.
more. Okay, yeah, because I know
boy.
he might need a rooster. I'm gonna have to get one of my roosters.
He's going for the new the chicken daddy king.
Really?
Everybody
Careful, you hurt me.
He told me he's going to dethrone frigate Dave Dale.
Thanks.
Chicken Daddy.
That's good. That's great. I'm gonna need stickers.
We need stickers.
So let's get to this talk about rocks, and I hear all this stuff.
So what's...
Well, let me tell you.
What's
I'm just
your
going to say something.
Yep.
I think Roxon's going to do very well. For one thing, no pressure.
You know,
You're
yes.
not wrong. I'm gonna
He's
agree
got
with
no
that.
expectations.
That's right.
Put it this way: if he doesn't do good, he can just blame the bike.
That's
Blame
right. Yep.
Suzuki like everybody else does.
But
So
you...
now he's got no pressure. He's going to be relaxed. He's already comfortable on the bike, and with being relaxed, comfortable, comes speed.
That's
Absolutely.
true. That's true.
Absolutely.
Somebody just put a
that's
post
just-
up
that's
since
just
we could
mine.
dye a goat yellow.
Oh, Jesus. We're gonna put a 94 on the side of it.
We could.
I mean, you look now. Suzuki's got Roxon, Chisholm's in there to help out.
Right.
I mean, he's not going to be a top rider, but he's still going to be able to help out developing things.
Yep.
And now you look at the 250. They just signed Ty Masterpool.
Really?
Yeah, Ty Masterpool.
I didn't
on the
see that
Suzuki
yet.
now. Bar
That's
X.
awesome. Oh,
Yep.
that's right, because the 250 team is the Bar X team, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So
They're good bikes. I mean, hey, they're out there. Bogle was looking good on one a couple seasons ago.
yep.
Yeah, and Suzuki doesn't
mean,
have a Ford
even-
factory team technically.
Yep.
I mean, even around here for the common vet guy,
It's a
the
it's a
Suzuki
great
is fine.
bike. It's a great
Put
deal.
it this way. You guys, I mean, these people go out, they buy their KTMs, their Huskies, all that.
Not the same bike.
First-
Jack just said not the same.
First thing they do, they buy a $7,000 worth of suspension. They get their cone valves, their track shocks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they send them out, get the motors done, new ECUs,
Yep.
and then they say, oh, these bikes are way better than them stock Suzukis. Well, hell yeah, I got $7,000 into it. You got $22,000 into it.
That better be
You
better.
know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And let me tell you, we don't need any more power with the 450s.
No,
Nope.
I will agree with you there.
Yeah.
Smooth, controllable power.
For a vet rider,
Suspension is key. Definitely key suspension. Well, we don't need any more power.
yeah, it's yeah. I just trying to get used to a 450 hurt my shoulders, everything, and I never hit the ground.
Yeah. Speaking of bikes, Gary, you taking care of the RM250? I mean, I feel like I was the caretaker there for a while. We still have an attachment there. How's the RM doing?
The RM's doing good. Like Phil said, I did bring it to the track that one day,
Yeah.
and I didn't ride it. But here's my thing. It was the fundraiser for Pete Bushy, which was the most important thing of the whole day.
Yep.
I hadn't ridden the bike. I was at 508. If I went out there, I didn't want to be that guy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, the track was a little slick to begin with, and it was windy as hell. I just didn't want to be that guy that all of a sudden, because you guys know my record, didn't want the ambulance to have to come and ruin the whole thing because Gary's laying out on the track.
Listen,
taking
you
a
are
dirt nap.
you are the most famous guy to take a nap during the
John and
beginning
Phil
of a
are
moto.
ganging up on him in the comment section now.
Oh,
They're calling
Jesus.
Kinkle Gary. Who's this clown talking?
Oh, John and Phil.
John and Phil are having their way with you right now in the comment section,
Oh,
Gary.
I bet. I'll tell you the truth. I can't even believe I'm still riding after all the friggin' injuries I had, just coming back from starting in 2016 to now.
Well, it's the people. We love you regardless. It doesn't matter how many times you crash. We still love you.
And you know what? It's like the ride days. I posted it before on Old Men. Doesn't matter if you're riding, you're a friend of riders, or we're part of the family of riders, or you're a rider and you don't race now. Come to the track, hang out with us.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Half the time, it's more
some
fun.
of the best part of the days is spent in the pits talking.
Yep. It's true.
And being with old friends, talking over old times. It's awesome.
Yep. I mean, and like Phil said, everybody's there to support each other. I mean, hell.
Yeah.
Larry Clark just called you a pussy.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, here's one thing, though. If you do come to ride with us at the track, do not be like Ron Saban and come and wear Basha-style pants that are skin tight like you're wearing yoga equipment.
Ron is watching. I saw him post.
We hammered him so bad that he actually went and changed.
You mean he put...
It was like he was trying to wear skinny jeans at 50 years old. Are you kidding me?
Skinny pants at 50.
Cow.
you put gear on over that long underwear.
But I gotta say, the kind of guy I am, the day he got hurt, he busted his collarbone, probably just before I hurt my ankles.
Yep.
I helped him undress so he could get changed and go to the hospital. So thank God he didn't have the yoga pants. I would not have peeled them off him.
You'd be like, sorry, Ron, you're going to the hospital in those.
Oh, hell yeah. Either that or I would have just used a knife or something to cut them off of him. Things are literally, you'd have to peel them off because that's how tight they were on.
You know, the nurses would have done that anyway. They would have pulled out the scissors.
Oh my God! Yeah, glad I wasn't there for that. Actually, I wish I was there. That would have been entertaining.
Oh my God! I tell you, it was a classic.
I'm sure.
The poor guy, he wouldn't even. He went and changed. He didn't even ride in the gear. he was getting harassed so bad he wouldn't change.
Listen, that was months ago, and I still see pictures surfacing of that.
Wait a minute, Ron just said, "Yeah, he helped me get undressed. Creep me right the hell out."
I see that. John Levesque says that's what Suzuki
wait a minute,
guys do.
Was Ron really hurt? He might have been faking it.
I don't know.
Wait, what he said was Suzuki guys.
Here's another little story, okay? When you're sitting on the bike and you're one of them button pushers, okay? You're one of them button pushers.
Hey, it's not me, Gary, just so you know.
And I'm not going to mention Josh Lyons at all. but when you're pushing the kill switch and you're sitting there freaking out because your bike ain't starting, the start button is on the other side of the bars on the Huskies. The other side.
Hey, did you see KTM? KTM put the start button and the kill button on the same switch next to the throttle for this year.
I saw that. To me, that's crazy. That's a crazy idea, I think.
What if you're colorblind and you can't tell the difference between which button is what?
Which is a good majority of people.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? When you got a Kickstarter, you don't have that problem.
No, that's true.
This is true.
That's true.
This is true.
And I got to tell you, let me just say, I've been at the track a long time. I've never seen a Kickstarter fail.
I have.
but I have seen people ripping their bikes apart, trying to change fuses, trying to find that grounding wire.
I'm guilty.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh man, I did have a situation on my KTM, and I was out at Bro with John. I think, were you there that day? I don't know if you were there. That Mike, John's brother Mike, came out and rode with us, and that starter wire in that plug behind the front plate on the KTMs, the one wire tends to oxidize a little bit. And I was going through the rollers, probably in third gear, and all of a sudden that wire separated, and my motor cut out, and my feet were somewhere up way above my shoulders. And I'm tall, so you know my feet were pretty high in the air. And somehow I settled down and rode off the track, but it was I definitely changed my shorts after that one.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Mm-mm.
And speaking of John Levesque, you go riding with him. I drive all the way up there. Half the bolts are falling out of his bike. He's missing bolts on the bike. Hello, you work for a freaking bike store. You work for Ronnie's, and your bike's missing half the bolts.
Was it
Are you
Suzuki?
kidding me?
Now, if it was an old Mako, we could understand they shook out.
Oh my God. Then he's running out of gas half the time.
That day
I was
with
there that
Hank
day.
Camp, you were there that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Hank Craig, he thinks it's NASCAR. He thinks somebody's got supposed to put gas in it.
Yeah, one of the many trips they had with the arm in the trailer that Gary didn't show up the track for.
John's probably right now trying to dial his phone. Like, let me talk.
Not yet. I'm surprised.
Let me talk.
Yeah, so he always going, they better call me next. They better call me next.
We'll give John. We'll give
We
Colin
could
John
conference
next.
him in.
I don't know if I'm that technologically
Oh,
savvy.
not a conference call? Come
Let's-
on.
I don't know if I can
Add
conference
call. Big button. Add call. Add call.
Add call. Let's see
Hold
if I
still.
can do this.
Oh, shit's about to get real.
Let me see.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that shrimp probably won't pick up.
You won't pick up.
Yeah.
I just put John on
You
hold.
got to hit merge calls when he picks up. Just, there you go. Merge
Oh,
call.
he did pick up. Hey, John.
Hit merge
You
call.
gotta hang up
Hit
with that
merge
clown.
call.
Hold on.
Hit merge call.
All right, Gary.
There we
Gary,
go.
are you
We're good
back?
now.
All right, we
Oh,
got
boy.
you guys conferenced in.
What's that?
You're conferenced in. John's on the line.
Oh, God. I gotta listen to him, bitch.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Great show.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, bud. Where's my pizza?
Really pick this clown for the first guy? Really?
No, we didn't call him first.
No, we talked to Phil.
Yeah.
Phil Benito.
Phil was first.
Yep.
Yeah, see, John probably wasn't even watching. He's probably freaking taking care of the chickens again.
I was talking about the first Dookie guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, yeah. So from the rumor mill, I mean, you got Roxon, we got Chisholm, we got Ty. Do we got Levesque on the Suzuki?
No.
Never.
Well, I know them short legs probably won't be able to reach a Kickstarter, but we could probably rig something up.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll put a block on the bottom of your foot, on your right foot.
I did it on both, but you know what? Who's the guy that helped you in your truck? Who was the guy?
That was Ron Sabin.
Hold it here. You didn't help me into my truck. You were too busy videotaping me. You didn't come
Actually,
into
I did
my
see the
truck.
video of that. That's right.
You son of a bitch. Okay, don't help the poor guy get in his truck with two cankles. You sit there and videotape giggles. And the same thing up at Pro MX. I got a bad back. Here I am trying to get to the truck. All you're doing is videotaping. Let's videotape Gary and Payne week.
Hey, listen, you do not disappoint.
Oh, look, I might bust John's balls and Phil's balls, but I love all them guys.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a good crew.
Well, that,
I mean,
Wait a minute.
even the butter stick eater. I mean, Jack.
What about Lee Carrera, that pain in the ass?
Oh, frick Lee Correa.
I still want, when's the Frink versus Carrera showdown? I mean, I still got the poster.
Oh, I'm kind of upset that I didn't get up there to tune up his bike this year. That's for sure.
I tried. John, we worked on it, right? We tried.
I had the tools all set up. I had the impact hammer, sledgehammer.
Here I
I had the bolt cutters. I had everything all set up. I was ready to go up there and like tune that thing right in.
Cut the spokes.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah.
We had a ride with you and Dave Bliss, and you guys, he just went into, what do you call it? What do you call that when somebody disappears?
Oh, yeah. He went into hiding. Hibernation.
Hey, Dave's a good guy though, for sure.
He went radio silent.
Absolutely. No, we had those bikes lined up. I felt bad afterwards that I sat on Lee's bike before he actually did.
That was funny.
Oh, let me tell you, the one that the 2021 he's got. I think it's 2020, 21 or 20.
21.
But-
Yep.
I ain't even gonna tell you what happened when I sat on that thing. Put it this way. Put it this way. Put it this way. Jack rides one now.
No, he doesn't, does he?
No.
Hey, I hate to bust your bubble. You know, I started that bike by hand, but that was Taylor and Jim's Photoshop. It didn't really happen.
No.
What?
No.
You can't- that thing is so easy to start. I think Roxon even posted a thing on Instagram. One kick bike started right up.
Well,
Look at John. Took John 45 kicks. And I tell you, if his father ever sees that video of him now trying to kick that bike over, I mean, he forgot how to kick the bike. All he got his thumb movements.
he might have flooded it like an old two-stroke at the beginning. What do you think, John?
If my dad saw that video, and I don't think he did, he'd know it's for the hoax.
Oh, crap, he would. You know what he'd be saying? He'd be saying the same thing I'm saying. That dumbass.
We had fun. We had fun. We were breaking the internet that day with the whole Suzuki pictures.
Well, for me, I'm happy for Suzuki. I really am. I mean, a lot of people busting their balls and stuff, but I hope they have a good year.
I think just
Jim Dick, for a guy that didn't even want to pick up his phone today, boy, I can't get it word in edgewise.
Who's this? Who's on the other line, guys? David, Jim, who's on the other line?
Bad connection. Bad connection.
that's Damon Bradshaw.
Hey, speaking of, you see, Keith Johnson gave me a really good comment today on that.
Yes, he did.
He did. Yeah.
Well deserved.
I didn't see it. What
I
did he
missed
say?
it too.
Yeah, humbled me.
What did he say?
Well deserved.
I missed the comment.
They're old. They already forgot.
He said something about one guy something about Supercross. He missed out on the last Supercross race, and the other guy's a Chumley or something like that. I forget what he said.
Something like that.
No, he did. He paid John a real good compliment. Something he is very successful in life, but somehow turned out to be an excellent guy or whatever. And
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he just had a birthday go by too.
Good role model and taking care of his Suzuki pals and
Absolutely.
yeah, I can see how much you take care of me. Listen, stop showing me so much love on Facebook.
Oh man.
I
Oh.
can't. I think I have Tourette's. I'm sorry, and it just happens to be Suzuki right now.
Well, we knew
boy,
this comeback show was going to be nothing but laughs and ball
Yep.
busting. So it's fun.
It's checked all the boxes off, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, definitely a good show, and just looking forward to Supercross racing, and
Yeah,
hopefully you guys have more shows. Give us something to talk about during the week, and
we will.
us
We
old
will.
guys definitely need a good laugh every once in a while. That's for sure.
I think.
Oh, for sure. I want to just say something, and then I gotta go. I just
Thank
wanna say
God.
Thank you guys for bringing the show back. Even you, Dave. It's good to hear, Dave. Jim, Dave, great show. Love the group. Love everybody out there. Gary, you're the best, and I hope more to come. But for sure, this group has brought all of us back together in many different ways, and I really love it, and I'm sure most of the people listening do. Anyway, God bless. Merry Christmas. I gotta go.
Thanks,
you guys.
John.
Thanks, John.
Hey, thanks, John.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure that before, because when's A1? What's the date on that?
I think it's the 7th.
We'll have
I'm
to
not
try to
sure.
have one more show before A1.
Yeah, we'll
That'd
do
be
that.
cool. We'll try to do that.
We'll do.
So,
We'll
yeah,
try to
we'll
get
try to
another
do
one
it
in
right
before
there. Yeah.
A1.
I
Before
just
A1.
want to say them words that John just said are 100% true.
Oh,
I agree.
absolutely.
I totally agree. Yes.
I mean, we from day one when people started connecting with each other again, and I mean, we saw it when we went to the museum that first time too, and even the last couple of times we went to the museum. I mean, it's so great to see people from different generations just getting together and talking. And I mean, people who haven't seen each other in decades.
There are a lot of people out there that are probably part of this group that don't have anybody, don't have family, or whatever. Whatever. This Moto family is the real deal.
Yeah, it's definitely made an impact on a lot of people.
Oh, hell yeah.
People are down, we pick them up. It's that simple.
Yep. I mean, we love to, sling the BS around and bust each other's balls, but at the end of the day, those are the people that'll be there for you if you need them.
That's right.
100%.
So.
All right, gentlemen.
Well,
Thanks, Gary.
We appreciate the call, Gary. It's been a pleasure.
Real.
Absolutely.
All right.
And,
Only took us 4 years to get you on the show.
I know. Hey, who sat and watched that show with a helmet on for you guys?
I tried to find that picture today and I couldn't find it for the life of me.
You should have just texted me. I have it.
I should have. Yeah, now they have a smartphone. I should have done that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night, and we'll be talking to you guys soon.
Sounds good, Gary.
Thanks,
we'll be in
brother.
touch. Thanks, bud.
All right.
Thanks, Gary.
See you guys.
Bye.
So.
Oh, those guys, they're right. Though. They're
the best.
100% right.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just
absolutely.
it's awesome.
Yeah, no, and it's been crazy to watch the group grow. I mean, from the humble beginnings. I mean, I was one of the first few hundred members in when that was back when Pat shared it. So, and that was when I saw it, and I joined it. And I saw something pop up recently too, that showed who added who, and Pat added me to the group. So I was one of that core group that Pat tagged.
Yeah.
So
like
cool.
I said, I mean, the story, and there's a lot of new people out there now.
Yeah.
That if they didn't know the story about how it happened, it was just one
By
of those
accident.
things. It was completely by accident. I mean, my brother and my buddy had been bugging me to start the group. My wife, they, do something, start this group. You're gonna have people in it. And I said, no. Took a couple of beers in one night, and I started it. But then Pat Barton shared it to a bunch of friends on his list, and when I went to bed that night. It was an Indy Supercross in 18. I went to bed. There was 53 members, and when I woke up, there was 580.
It was nuts. Yeah.
It was insane.
Yep.
And then it just kept growing and growing.
It's snowball effect.
I mean, now for it to plateau and grow, and it's up to 5,000 members now. And granted, not everybody's active, but at the same time,
1,500 active. I looked this morning, so
but
it's still a good amount.
5,000 people have joined this group. That's insane.
Think about it. Like, you look at the big high schools. I mean, there's not 5,000 people at Brockton High School.
I know.
That's
I know.
a lot of people.
I know.
So, even tonight, I mean, we've had steady 50 plus people.
I mean, I can't see what we got now, but
I can tell you. Yeah, 38 on right now.
But still, 38 people.
Yeah.
And we're an hour.
It's a good Christmas party.
We're an hour in.
We're an hour in. Exactly an hour in. Yep.
Yep. I mean, and there's still people that we can call and talk to if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, we could keep going all night. So there's no doubt. So.
We should talk to Lee.
We can
and
I
ask
think
him.
He's awake. He was commenting.
We should talk to Lee. He's
Coming
one
in
of the guys.
hotly.
He's one of the guys from the beginning. So.
Yes, he was one of the. Yep. He joined the same time I did.
And this is the reboot. So let's
the
give
reboot.
Lee a call.
Yep. It's a good thing Ralph's in bed because I would have called Ralph too.
He's probably in bed listening.
He's
probably got his ear
still is.
pods in.
He probably does. Lee's going. Do I got to pick this up?
Yeah, exactly.
It's 9 o'clock.
You
He might have
shouldn't have
retired.
called me.
Oh, he's commenting. Wait. This is not that you guys are calling curtains or anything, right? Lee, we're calling you. Pick up.
He's still not picking up.
He's commenting. He pulled a Gary Frank.
Or Jack. Oh, wait.
Oh.
There he is.
There he is. You hung up on him.
I hung up. Oh, no.
You're
All right, I'm calling you right back.
You don't have time for the technology over there.
Lee, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to handle this technology. These iPhones are just so complicated.
I'm picking up.
Oh, you are. No.
Were you in bed?
Yeah. Phone's fucked up. I closed my computer.
Boy, this show is taking a turn. A lot of F-bombs tonight.
Okay, this is bad. You guys are stupid to calling me, so what can I do for you guys?
Well, it's the reboot, and you've always been a faithful customer on this show, so we had to call you.
Yeah, it's all good. It was great hearing from John, Gary, Kian. Awesome story.
You've ridden with Kian before too, so that's a good thing.
Well, no. I've attempted to keep up with Kian before. Yes.
I told him he's got those electric bike legs.
Yes.
He's the man.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So, how you guys doing?
Good,
See you,
good.
Jim. Sorry we missed Gary this weekend.
Yep. I know. I had no idea. I would have swung by and picked him up. Me and Blissy would have picked him up on the way up to Vermont, but unfortunately he never responded, and I didn't know, so I hadn't reached out to him. But so your Honda looks good, bud.
Yes, it does. It looks great, and everyone can thank me for the horrible weather, because as soon as I get it home, the weather has tanked. So that's my fault.
Well, it's going to stay as a low-hour bike for that much longer.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Planning a Florida trip though, so hopefully we'll get some time in the sand this winter.
You'll just be breaking it in the garage. That's all.
You know, in all seriousness, like a few weeks ago in November, it was 70-something degrees. I'm like, where is my bike? And I give John a bunch of shit for it, because I'm like, I mean, let's face it, guys. In fact, when you guys started this call, I'm like, don't call me. I got nothing. I haven't ridden since June, for God's sakes.
Yeah, but
you know, I planned to be back on the bike in September. I had no idea it would take this long for the 23 to come in for the fourth, the WE. But it is what it is.
yeah, but I mean, hey, we had to call you. It's not about the bikes; it's about the people. So that's
right.
why we had to give you a buzz.
It's all good. And I'll tell you, I missed so much this year. And you know what? You guys talk about it, and it's so true. The websites, the show, it brings the whole community back together. But I missed so much at 23 and 508. But I'll tell you, one of my last few rides with Larry, Clark, and Gary, and the other folks, there was the goddamn rooster. And I tell you, that thing would not get away from Gary. I can't explain it, but yeah, I saw it.
That was me sending the rooster vibes to go after Gary.
Gary's definitely got a way. I mean, he's got a way with animals. He's so kind and stuff. They just kind of.
He's kind of freaky.
Well, I was gonna. No, he's a good dude. I have known Gary forever. It seems like so longer than Jack.
He's one of those guys. I've only known him 4 years. I feel like I've known him for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, we give him a lot of shit, but I'll tell you what, and you can print it. He goes good on a bike. When he's not eating the face full of dirt, he goes damn good.
When the cankles aren't stuck in the sand.
That's right. I'll give him that. Yep.
Were you there for the banana fiasco?
No,
he was working.
Like I said, I feel like I was there.
Right?
It's fully documented.
It is very well documented, yes. Thank God.
I feel like I was there.
Hey, Casey Bates just posted. It wasn't that a song in the 90s? They come to snuff the rooster.
Yeah, Alice in Chains, yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, my God, yeah. I don't know if they still have that over there or not. I know that, like Gary said, they were talking about getting rid of it.
They were, yeah, I know. I'm not sure.
I know Dan had posted something about it. He was
trying
looking
to
for
rehome
somebody to come take the rooster.
Yeah, he was. I actually offered to take it. Actually, John did. John was like, I'll take him because he needs one at his house.
Yep.
So, yep. That's funny. So.
Oh.
Yeah, because Lee's one of those guys. I've known Lee as long as I've known Jack. So.
Now, Lee's a guy that I only met through the group.
Right, so go figure.
Yep.
Yep, which is funny because, Jim, I know you from, I remember being like some 19-year-old kid just getting into racing back, 89, 90?
Yep.
90s, and like back then, like, God, like, and this is amazing in this community, but like, I used to look up, well, I still do, right? But guys like Pat Barnes, Tony LaRusso,
absolutely,
yourself, Badger Delac, Jim Meehan, it goes on and on and on. And God only, 30 years later, I find myself on the line with these people that I used to worship. And I'm like, at the end of the day, we're all people,
Absolutely.
It's true.
A lot of these guys were a hell of a lot faster than me, like 20, 30 years ago. But, how many sports, and I explain this to people at work, like, let's face it, most people think dirt bikers are crazy, right? I explain it to people from work. How many sports do you have the opportunity to be side by side with people you look up to? Like if someone's into basketball, who has a pickup game with like Jordan?
Right.
Like, I've been on the line with John Dowd and Doug Henry.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
absolutely.
WTF, right? I mean, that's amazing, and we all have been.
Yeah.
it's just awesome. And you know what? The names I just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
we've all talked to them. They're super down.
They're
At a
great
humble
guys.
level too, not talk,
Yeah.
not like talk.
Conversations.
Yeah, we've been talking on the show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's such an awesome community, and like everyone's just so cool. And you know, we give each, like you guys talked about earlier, we give each other shit, but at the same time, we'll give a shirt off our backs for each other.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yep.
That's why we're still doing it. You know, I tell the story in the past, but like, you know, picking on Jack Camilio in a good way, like write that down, Jack Camilio. I remember my father dragging him to Eagle Bridge back in the day.
I got a picture of that. I got a photo of that day.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Back then, he'd be like, you know, Jesus Christ, you know, when are you going to grow out of this? And back then, he met guys like Jack Camilio,
Yep.
Don LaChapelle.
Don LaChapelle, yep.
And he looked at me and he's like, you're never going to grow out of this. And I'm like, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
No, you can't.
But I remember
It's hard to
your
get.
dad saw it though. Like I think that was one of those trips. Like my late grandfather, he always said the same thing too. Like when are you going to grow up? Then he started going to the races, and he goes, "I get it." Like he totally, like it's a family.
Yeah.
It's a separate family. It's amazing.
Yep. And I mean, and it, like you just said, Lee, you know, where can you go? What sport can you participate in that you can sit there and hobnob with the top guys in the sport? I'll share a quick story. Back in 88, I had just gotten my pro license, and it was the week before the South Lake National, and they had the Invitational. And
I remember that.
Team Suzuki showed up. So Bob Hanna was there, right? And now I always Bob Hanna was one of the guys that I looked up to when I was young, because I loved to watch him race and stuff, and of course read about it in the magazines. Bob Hanna came up, cut through our pit area at South Lake. My dad grabs his ear and starts talking about airplanes. Now all of a sudden, here's a guy he's talking to him about something other than motorcycles, and Bob loves airplanes. So the two of them, 45 minutes conversation. Bob's leaning on my KX seat talking to my old man about airplanes.
How wild is that?
And I'm right there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, this is the guy that I've been, you know, one of the guys I look at in magazines and stuff. And then, you know, we almost missed the moto. I had to be like, excuse me, Bob, you know, we got to get down the line. Our moto's going off.
Right.
You know?
Well, Gary Frank just posted the last trip of the track. Doug Henry was busting his balls about a Suzuki too.
Oh, Jesus.
But I mean, that's the core.
That's the core.
That's
Where
it.
else? In what sport can you get that close to the top people and still, you know, you're competing with them?
Like you said, what are the sports? Like, you can't go to an NFL game and go toss the ball with Brady.
Right.
That ain't happening.
Right. And I mean, granted, the very next week, I mean, it was different the next week because it was the national, and I was, you know, blessed enough to be able to have a pro license and line up with some of those guys. But I found myself going to the staging area, and I had Wardy, RJ, Stanton, you know, Bob, you name it, Lachine. They're all right there within arm's reach.
Yeah. Even
as they're calling your numbers to the line.
When you and I went to Marshfield, and JoJo sat down with us.
Yep.
I had never got a chance to really talk with JoJo. I mean, he spilled his beer on me, and he felt terrible about it. But we watched the races for an hour together, and just a good guy.
Yep.
You know, another guy we had on the show. You know?
Yep.
It's like you said, it's people don't get it. Like they don't understand. Like it's tough to explain.
Yeah, people who don't ride don't understand.
No, they don't get it. They don't get it. You know, and you know, like Gary said too, it's. You don't even have to ride if you've been involved at any level. If you were a moto mom, if you were a dad wrenching on someone's bike, if you were putting races together like I used to, it just doesn't matter. You know, it's like it's just we all understand it. Yes, exactly. I was just gonna say, everyone gets it. Yes. So I mean, Lee thought I was crazy when I first met him. He still thinks I'm crazy.
We're all crazy in our own way.
You mentioned JoJo. Yeah, I remember his last words that I saw to Gary Frank is he looks at me, he says, "Hey, is this the guy you're going to fight?"
Oh, that's gold. That's right. That was at the museum, wasn't it? That's right. I forgot about that. Oh, that was great. I remember that. That was hilarious.
Oh man, that was one hell of a night.
Oh my God. Now I got to tell you, when I ever called up Lee and I said, "We'll pick it up with Gary on the way," I don't know how he made it there alive. We got in the car. Frank's got his jersey on. He sits in the front. He goes, "Get a good look at the jersey, because that's where you're going to be looking at me." Though. Oh, it was that was probably one of the funnest road trips of memory I've got right now.
That was a good time.
Yeah, I would do that again in a heartbeat with you guys.
You know, and it's kind of funny because the best part about it is now, especially as we get older, I mean, there's a lot of us that we're going to start having issues where we can't really ride. You know, and
Yeah,
but the thing is though, it doesn't matter. You're still part of the group. You're still part of your friends are for life through this group. And if you ride dirt bikes, it's not a case of because you don't ride anymore, you're not a part of it.
No.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that you could call almost on anybody in the group if you were in a bind, and they'd be there within the hour to help you out.
Yep.
So, no matter what whatever the issue is. You know?
Yep. And you know, this is funny. There's a lot of folks that it just comes to mind because it's really near and dear to me. Folks recovering from injuries, like Kean's story.
Yep.
It's just absolutely amazing. Peter's story, amazing. And quite a few folks that have been dealing with injuries, like Nico Leroy comes to mind, shoulder injury. A lot of guys have shoulder injuries, and me having one what year? Here we are a year ago today. I remember me talking on the show about working through it, and it's like we can pull through each other. Like I have such empathy, but also advice for folks that have been through that. And one thing about motocrossers, I think in particular, is like we have this desire to just persevere. And I actually view rehab, it's like a challenge like anything else. And I don't know if it's a motocrosser thing, but like I thrived off rehab. Every freaking day, going to the gym, I'd spend 45 minutes stretching just to get my arm back to where it needs to be. So when I see people with shoulder injuries, and again, like hearing me talk, it's nothing compared to what Peter or Kean has gone through.
Right.
And but it puts everything into perspective. And I was talking to Gary, I'm kind of bouncing around topics, but I talked to Gary recently about it. We text and I've been off the bike since June because of work. I made that pretty clear because part of me is just validating the fact, hey, I'm not dead. I'm busy. I've been more busy than I've had my entire life.
Yeah.
But it's made me appreciate it so much more. And I for everybody in there, I'm in my early 50s. Past couple of years, I've been really racing a lot. I got a family. I'm busy, but like it makes me appreciate. I had a good run, guys. I've been racing and riding for the past 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
And not to say I've taken it for granted, but like because I've been so busy and not riding, and the first time in a while that I've been this far off the bike, not due to an injury.
Yeah.
I cannot describe to you how much I cannot wait to get going again. I am like a freaking slingshot, being held back, hands shaking, bang, release. I cannot fucking wait. Sorry.
It's okay.
There's a lot of F-bombs tonight.
I cannot wait to get back on the bike and catch up on all the smack talk and get behind the line. One of the things I used to say is like, I don't practice a lot. I don't. Like, I have such limited time. Like, I choose to race.
Yeah.
Because I just thrive off that gate drop. And let me tell you guys, I've been off the grid. It's not by choice. I cannot wait to get back behind that line. I freaking love it.
I'm happy that we can provide the show again to get you amped up a little bit.
I'm fired up. I'm just talking about it.
I can tell.
Sorry about it. I'm fired up.
But
the fact that I have a brand new motorcycle, like 20 feet from where I'm talking to you guys right now, and the weather sucks, isn't helping my case right now, but I can tell you I'm pretty amped.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yep.
I mean, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Because
right.
I mean, if we didn't feel that way about it, what else would we be doing now? For me, it's 40 plus years worth of riding and racing motorcycles, and I just love it.
Yeah.
It's never going to go away.
Oh, and that's my other favorite topic. And we talked about this weekend, Jim. Sometimes people at work are like, dude, you're like 52. Aren't you getting kind of old for this? I am better, and don't get me wrong, you guys know, like, I'm like, okay, I pointed out, there's a difference of being in the prime of NASC days. I got that. But at the end of the day, I pointed out, I earned my white plates.
Yep.
Right, wrong, or indifferent, I freaking earned it.
That's right.
But I am not, NASC A-class speed, and that's okay. I have fun. I thrive on the competition. I thrive on getting better.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, the fact that every day is a challenge. And the fact that I still have people that are older than me that kick my ass.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not done.
Absolutely.
I'm not done.
Crazy.
If I'm ever at the point where I'm faster than everyone else simply because I'm the oldest guy still doing it, great. But as long as there's people that are my age or older that are kicking my tail, then I can improve. And at the end of the day, everybody finds enjoyment, whether it's just going out and riding your bike for fun through the trails, or racing for fun, or racing for... It doesn't matter, right? We all have our center of why we do it. And for me, it's about the fun, but part of it's the competition. Like, I love the thrill of doing better. I love the thrill of competition. And quite frankly, and this is a message to everybody listening on the phone, and I'm not going to name names, but I got some friends of mine that they don't want to make expert because they don't, it's like, it's so fast. And you know something? Bullshit. Because the more people that point out and make expert, the better. Because right now, you have your really fast guys, and you got your guys like me that pointed out. And then, no offense, we got our slower guys. You know what I mean? Yep. We need to build up that middle tier of experts.
Absolutely.
Because right now, I feel like we're lacking. We have the really, really, we got the Todd Rashots, and I'll throw out Jack, right? KTM King. You got your Pat Bartons. You got your really Jim. You still go pretty damn freaking good. So, you got your fast guys. I could go on and on and on, but I remember having some really awesome battles with guys like Gary Wilson. Gary Frank when he's not on the ground. We need to build up that middle tier of A riders, I feel, in New England. And I feel like there's a lot of fast amateur B riders that need to point up.
Right.
Let's build that A class. Let's build that pack. Because at the end of the day, I have more fun. Oh, okay. Probably going to piss some people off, but I did the NASC race at Crow Hill this year, and believe me, guys, I wanted to do more because I just got busy, but I had so much fun battling for 12th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I loved it because there were fast guys all over the place, and I really enjoyed that. And my point is, there's a lot of folks out there that are on the cusp of making A, and they're afraid to. And the name I'm not going to mention, this particular person was all paranoid, and I'm going to tell you what, they made A and they're kicking ass, and you probably know what I'm talking about. But the more people that can point out and build up that A class, the better, because it's so much more fun.
Oh yeah.
Let's build that up. Because,
absolutely.
Because let me tell you what, if I get a fourth place start and just Todd Rashot and a few others in the race, we'll forget it. You know what I mean? Bye, guys. The rocket's gone. Let's build up that middle tier.
Yeah.
So that's my message.
Competition's healthy.
Absolutely. I mean, you're challenging yourself.
And the fact that I've been working like a freaking dog and maybe had a couple of glasses of wine today is maybe why I'm battling. Let's keep that amongst friends. But let's build up that class for next year. That's my message.
I do still think we have to create an event, though, and the Gallo versus Frank has got to go off. We have to make that happen.
What I was going to say was...
Hey, back on, make no mistake about it. If Frank can keep himself off the ground, he's going to be hard to catch. No doubt about it.
Yeah. What I was going to say was your babbling sensibility, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
So.
You know something?
I like that. That was pretty good.
Sometimes the truth hurts, folks.
No, and I got to respect him because I teased him more than once that he was sandbagging the B class, but I can honestly say that he ground away and earned every single point that he got to get into the expert class, and I'm proud of that. I watched him work his ass off for it.
On that front, and obviously when I started talking to Gary Frank, and he's great. Everyone knows we love him. In fact, we got to remind people on the message board we really are friends.
Oh yeah,
because we go back and forth, right? But
Gary says he ate gummies before he got on the phone tonight.
Yeah, he was injured, right? So we were shooting the shit for the longest time, and then all this bullshit started. And Dave Daly, you probably started the whole fight business. And then later I find out Gary was almost like a factory rider, holy shit.
I remember you called me in a panic. You're like, what did I do?
I'm like, what did I get myself into here, you know? And listen, I've ridden enough to get with Gary now. When he's on the pipe, he's on the freaking pipe.
Oh yeah, no, I mean Gary's a classic example of a guy that you don't lose it. You don't lose it.
No.
You might not be able to be as sharp as you were when you were younger. You still got speed. You might not be able to hang on for 30 minutes or whatever it is that you could ride when you were younger, but you don't forget the technique and the way that you ride to go fast.
No. Show me a bad Buckley photo of Gary Frank.
There isn't any.
You can't.
There isn't any. There isn't any from 1982 or 83. There isn't any from, look at him jumping that quad in Nîmes at Lunenburg.
Oh my God, that picture's incredible.
I mean, there's
that's insane.
And that's back. Paul wasn't shooting back then. It's just he's got skill. He's got the style. The guy knows how to ride a motorcycle. Is basically what it comes down to.
Well, think about it. He was away from the sport for 25 years.
Subject. His head's going to get so fucking big. And no. Okay, let's move on.
Well, he's going to need that extra counterweight for the kickstart on the Suzuki.
And the slippery foot pegs with the banana juice.
Yeah. Just kidding, Gary.
He's on the direct
can you believe
message.
he actually picked up when we called nightly? I mean, that's a first. It was gold.
It is. I was impressed. And I didn't realize. Did I mishear? Is his phone because Phil gave him a phone or something?
Yeah, Phil had extra phones from work, and he said he was sick and tired of Gary having an effing flip phone. So he dropped one in the mail and said, "You're getting a smartphone, too damn bad."
That's you know what? That's just another example of people taking care of people.
Phil called me up because I'm so sick and tired of him not doing this. He goes, I can't. He goes, he sends me a text, I can't read it.
We all know when Gary got the phone because I think he was glued to Facebook for 24 hours straight.
Oh my God! It was back-to-back weekends. It was what's Gary doing on the group on a Saturday?
Well, do you remember? I mean, granted, it was a couple years ago when we did the show. Gary used to have to borrow his son's laptop to be able to watch the show.
That's right. Yes, he did.
Right.
He did.
Yep.
That's true.
So.
Yep.
Oh man.
But good times, definitely good times. It's crazy how fast the time goes by. We're just talking about that. It's just incredible.
I can't believe it's been as long as it has, and like even you, Lee, this year with work, it's just all of a sudden the season's gone.
Right. I know. It's so subject, but.
I mean, I'm definitely not as busy as you with the work side, but it blows me away that. I decided to take the summer off because I was having some issues trying to ride a lot more.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's wow, it's the vet race already. And I've only been on my bike none. I was on my bike in May and then I stopped until, October.
Right.
Yeah. No, I still remember telling everyone, I'll be back in September. And part of that was because I knew I'd become a little more available in September. And I really figured the Honda's of course, I made the mistake or whatever of getting a Works edition, last in 21. And the problem with getting a Works, if you're a Honda guy and you get a Works edition, the problem is now you can't not get a Works edition.
Right.
You can't.
Right.
So that locked me in, and I didn't expect it to come out as late as it did. So I thought I'd get a new bike in September. I was going to do the Southwick Vet race. I was all excited, and it never happened. And my work didn't slow down, so I didn't really care.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, I mean, the other thing
Gary,
too.
I got the hat.
There you go.
Was it Gary or John? John might have been complaining.
The other thing with the Works editions is they normally don't come out till halfway through the year.
That's right.
Yeah.
So for you to get the 23 Works edition, usually the regular bikes are going to be out, a month or two before them.
Right.
So, yeah, awesome, man. Well,
It's fun to look at. I mean, it looks great.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good seeing you up there this weekend too. I hadn't seen you in a while.
Yeah, very cool.
No, Dave. Yep.
Yeah, my daughter was like, pretty cool bunch of guys.
Well, we had Dave with us too, so we had Dave Bliss with us.
Yeah.
So we had a good time. Blissy's a good dude.
Dave.
Yep.
I haven't seen Dave since the Middleborough Ride Day, which was a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, you weren't there, but Frank was there. Barnaby, a bunch of people. It was a good time.
I'm glad to see him back out too, because he's got a pretty crazy story. But
he does.
It's awesome to see him.
Yep.
What happened to Tim Tees?
No, Dave Bliss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's and again, you look at I mean, I don't want to get into ages, but he's not a young pup.
He's not a young pup. He does. He looks great. Yep. And I'll tell you what, he's very. I'm very glad he got that e-bike, and he went with us on Sunday and absolutely tore it up. So
nice.
That was great. We got to get a couple more rides going.
No, I met him in Middleborough that day, and we had a blast. And like I said, he goes. He was on that 250. He goes good.
He does. Yep.
It was a good time.
Yep. Another guy that I've known since the early 80s.
Going back a few decades.
You guys mentioned a few times I've ridden. You guys mentioned Barnaby earlier. He's another great guy. I rode with him a few times.
Yep.
He's hard to keep up with for me.
Oh yeah,
good. And he's not a young pup. And that circles back on my point, man. I tell you what, it's funny in the vet classes at our age. In some ways, sometimes there's those group of people that have been racing forever, and they just have that speeding experience. And then you got those folks that are like 45 and I'm going to buy a dirt bike and start racing.
Yep.
And then you were all on the track at the same time. Sometimes that makes for interesting rides. But
it
Barnaby's
does.
really good. Yeah, I like riding with him. Super fast.
Yeah, I enjoy getting out there with him too. Both him and Phil, the three of us kind of mixed it up really, really well for a few laps at 508.
So that's a funny. Phil, I haven't ridden with Phil yet. I've heard great stories, but just a shout out to John Levesque. I mean, one of the reasons why I think we gravitated pretty quickly was that ride day we did at the Old Men Used to Race back at Jolly.
Yep.
That's when I really met John, and I'll tell you what, I did a lot of laps that day, and I think half of them were chasing John or him chasing me, and that was a good time.
Oh yeah,
really had a good time.
Yeah, definitely. We got to. I'm really glad that Phil kind of took the bull and decided to get the guys together, and it took off like it did this year. I wanted to do a little bit more, but same as you, schedules got a little bit crazy, and I couldn't do it. So I'm glad to see that the guys still got together and did as many weekends as they did. Like Phil said, on a Tuesday, his phone's already blowing up with texts saying, where are we riding this weekend? Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
That's fantastic, because that was kind of what my thought was, what I wanted to happen when we started doing it 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just fun. It was just a lot of fun.
Super fun.
And
yep.
it's really great.
Today.
It's really great to see it evolve, and I think this coming year is going to be even better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Every day above ground's a great day. We're all passing through.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's take advantage of it, right?
This is a fact.
Yep. And you just got to do what's going to make you happy.
Yep.
That's it.
It's kind of funny, Lee. Every time I talk to Mom and Dad, Mom always asks, "How's Lee doing?" She misses you fiercely. Mom always asks about you.
You guys are the best people, I'll tell you. No doubt. Yep. Good times.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Let's change the subject. It's getting all emotional.
We've been dude, hour and a half.
Solid hour and a half.
This is great.
Yep.
And guys, I closed my computer. I came down. I'm where I work. I'm staying at my work computer right now. I don't want to keep dwelling on it, but I've been so freaking busy that I actually been working from home, which it's good and bad because obviously I don't have to commute. But when you're working from home, you're working all the freaking time.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here
You work
staring
more
at my
home.
work computer right now, and it's freaking me out. But yeah, hopefully things will be different next year for sure.
Yeah, you don't just leave at 5 o'clock when you're working from home.
That's right. I got a bike to build. I'll have a build party. I'll get all the guys together. Let's put together my 500.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That being said, I kind of a year ago when COVID first hit, it was great. I was working from the motorhome. I'd be on the way to the track. I'd pull over. I'd be at WSP at 4 o'clock running meetings in the driveway because the gates weren't open yet.
Yep.
And sometimes I'd have to call in the meetings in the middle of races on a weekend. It was super flexible. So I was busy, but I was able to work around it. And all that went to hell last year. So But at the end of the day, everyone has their, and that's what I said earlier. Like I'm thankful. I've had a great run.
Mm-hmm.
I've been able to race and ride as much as I want for a while. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But man, I do miss it, and looking forward to getting back to it next year.
It's going to be a blast.
Yep.
It's going to be a blast.
Yeah. Okay, well, what's gotten me past though is you guys, right? The website, the message boards, the keeping up with people.
Yeah, you can see what's going on. You're not in the dark.
Big time.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's good and bad, right? I mean, in that, man. Oh, I missed out on all the good times this year. Oh my God! All these ride days. Oh, and Jim.
I do.
Even the mountain biking, I've been off the grid.
Yeah,
so, get back to that.
We did a lot of that for a while. I mean, my year was busy anyway. Not so much, like I said, from work. Granted, my company got bought, and we had to learn a whole different way of doing business. But just the fact that my son got married in September. So
congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. We were like, kind of balls to the wall trying to get that ready to go, and trying to get racing mountain bikes, and
time.
Yeah. Speaking of that, and I know this is more Gary's story, but did we talk about the fact how Gary's ankles screwed up his son's wedding? Did we cover that?
Yeah, no, we didn't.
We didn't talk about that.
We didn't.
We should mention
that. So anybody who's watching doesn't know that his son got married the Friday after the vet race when he got when he created his cankles.
Yes, from the banana juice.
And from what I understand, I think that he was able to hobble down the aisle because he was part of the procession.
Was he really?
He needed crutches.
He needed crutches, yeah.
God.
But he was part of the procession, and
yes, he was.
He was not in good shape. That day at the race, he was not in good shape.
I feel bad for the guy, but I remember him like when it first happened. I was talking to him like, Gary, he's like, I got a couple of days to try to heal up.
Yeah.
Before what is it? The reception dinner, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The dry run, and it didn't work out. So apparently his son's still talking to him, so that's good. yeah. So maybe okay.
Well, he didn't have to borrow the laptop to watch the show,
True.
so he
His phone didn't die. He's still commenting.
I see him still commenting too.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
But, all right.
Well, Lee, we appreciate picking up the phone when we called.
Okay. Yeah, no, I did. I picked. I don't know. The phone's fucking wonky. Like, oh, great. They're gonna think I'm blowing them off.
No. I mean, me and my lack of knowledge on using the phone, I ended up hanging up on you when you called.
But you did manage a conference call with both Gary and John. That was impressive.
I needed your guidance.
That was cool. That was cool.
I needed Dave's guidance completely to help me, set that up. It's like I had to put my glasses on just to see the icons on my phone and what I was supposed to push.
Yeah. See, I'm good for something. I might be a slow motocrosser, but at least I got the tech down.
You're fine.
Well, thanks for checking in. I hope I didn't put the rest of the audience to sleep. So, it's good to talk to you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, we appreciate the call, and we'll be in touch real soon. Don't worry. It's going to be a long winter, though.
Yeah, okay, I'll block this number.
Hey, that's my phone. All right, brother.
Shit, I can't block this number.
This is
He was going to block my number, the bastard.
This is the number for the mountain bike rides.
I know. That's fine. Hey, sorry, no offense, buddy.
Sure, I see how it is. That hurts. It hurts deep inside where I live.
Well, if we don't see you, have a good time in Florida, so.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's freaking months away. We'll be talking before that.
I hope so.
I'm looking forward to it.
I hope so. Unless you get a wild hair across your butt and decide to, pack up the trailer and head down there now because it's warm and you have a new bike 20 feet away from you.
Dude, you're not kidding.
Because I seriously wouldn't blame me if you did. I'd be jonesing to do that, that's for sure.
Well, I know there's some folks, Ron included, that are going to be headed down, I think, late December, Ron Satin.
Yep.
And I don't think I can pull that off, but I penciled in 2 weeks in February.
Nice.
I'm just going to try to cash in.
Excellent.
It's been quite a few years since I've been to Florida. I know some folks are posting pictures of PAX, which, for the record, is my favorite place on earth.
Nice.
Absolutely. But I also like Boswick, North Florida Motocross, to name a few. So definitely looking forward to getting down there this year.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. That'd be awesome. I will be watching for all you guys' posts. Some year I'm going to get down there. But
I tell you what, for those that have gone, it's like sometimes it's like being in New England because like so many
locals are down there. Yeah.
Yeah, are down there.
Locals here, not there.
Kind of like our trip to
Right.
California. That was so wild.
Oh my
So
God!
many
Yeah,
people we knew on the West Coast.
We did. We bumped into people all over the place out in California for Red Bull, and it was just. It's like,
Wild.
wait a minute, what are you doing out here? We're 3,000 miles away from home.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like, and that was a cool event. I would do it again.
And there's something more surreal of
Mm-hmm.
riding in like 70-something degree weather when back home it's like 16.
Oh yeah.
It's just-
Oh,
it's so
absolutely,
cool.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Just
I'm looking forward to cashing in.
just stepping out of your. Well, for me, stepping out of the airplane,
Right.
You know, letting the warm air hit you,
Yeah.
it just makes you giggle and be like, "Ha, screw you, suckers, back at home."
Priceless.
All right, man.
All right, guys. Well, have a great night. It's
You
great
too,
to talk
Lee.
to you guys. And,
Awesome. Yes, thank
yeah.
you.
Thanks, Lee.
see you
Appreciate
on
it,
the
bud.
flip side.
All right, brother.
See you, bud.
Thanks,
Bye.
man. Bye bye.
Good night, man. A lot of good call-ins.
Yeah. I mean, we're in almost 2 hours in,
We
so
are. We are
that's
just about
good.
2 hours
That's
in.
about
I thought we'd
target.
go. I thought we'd go about 2 hours tonight. So
And I mean, we got some of the originals. There's
We
still
did.
quite a bit
Oh
more.
my God,
I saw Darren Scott, commenting from out in Oregon. And
Yeah.
he's one of the originals from the show. And
yeah. Oh, there's a few. Yeah. I thought Rick
Casey
Johnson would
Bates.
jump on. Yeah, Casey. I've known probably the longest in the group. I've known Casey since him and I were 10 years old. So
Yeah.
we go way back.
I mean, it worked out pretty good posting to the group tonight. So
Yep.
maybe next time I have to think about the.
It did. The only
page.
downside is just the names. Like I
Yeah,
said,
you
I
don't see
didn't
the names
know. It
posted.
just comes up Facebook, but we'll shift it up. I mean, I haven't touched the software in 2.5 years. I mean, I had updated
Yeah.
everything else, and it was last minute. And got everything thrown together, get the screen to work.
Yep.
Even found my hat.
You
over
found the
corner.
hat. The hat was still
Yeah,
here.
I-
It looks
John
like
wanted it.
it does look like right in the brow, right in the
It's
peak
a
of
little-
it.
yeah.
Maybe a mouse.
It could be. I don't know. Either way. No, actually, the hole was there before.
Was
so-
it?
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember. I'm old. I don't remember shit.
So, but yeah, I mean, all in all, I mean, great show. I mean, I appreciate everyone still tuning in and watching. So,
Absolutely. I mean, we'll try to do another one before A1.
we will
And,
absolutely. So, yeah.
Pay attention to what's out there. You guys get your opinions, and
That's right,
We'll
that's
watch
right.
them, and we'll try to. I mean, I like the poll.
Yep,
so.
I agree. Yeah, we do the
What
more
was
polls.
what was the
Yep.
poll? What was the poll? Did you
Third place.
See the number?
Third place was the
place.
most.
Third
Yep.
place is where Kenny's going to
Yep,
finish.
yep, that's it.
And you know that this group is right. So
This is true. This is true. So
he will put a Suzuki on the podium. It just won't be on the top step.
that's right. That's right. So yeah, but no pizza, Dave. Yeah, I know, no pizza today. Yeah, I'm a little pissed. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
well,
all right.
hey.
We're gonna have to drop the address early in the comments for DoorDash, so we can
Yeah.
get food delivered.
Yeah.
We're still open for show sponsors, just so you know. So, all right, guys, we're hanging up.
All right,
Give us
man.
a good night. See you guys.
Thanks, guys.